Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Church of Scientology abused volunteers with 72-hour shifts and $10 a week. By Louisa Oleshuk, Christian Post reporter, Friday, September 16, 2011. The Church of Scientology has violated Australian law by making its employees work up to 72 hours without a break for as little as $10 a week. The Fair Work Ombudsman stated Friday after an 18-month probe. The ruling came despite the fact that the Scientologists attempted to label some workers as volunteers rather than employees. The agency started an investigation in March 2010 after it was reported by the Australian TV network ABC that the church abused its workers and violated the Australian Fair Work Act. Workers were allegedly directed to work up to 72 hours without a break in order to complete the assigned tasks for as little as $10 a week at a time. The agency stated the minimum wage for a full-time adult before shift and weekend penalties is $543.78 for a 38-hour week in Australia, it added. I don't know why the United States can't get it, or, other countries as well. The agency also found that a significant level of control and direction was applied to workers by more senior church members who held positions of authority. That goes back to, you guys, I keep saying it again and again, all these, I was an executive in Scientology. Like the higher-ups, I don't trust any of them. Worker accused the Scientologists of using unconscionable tactics to keep them in their work commitment. The Scientologists declared that with it being a religious entity, in the face of the law, there isn't any worker relationship or employer relationship. You see what they do. Therefore, Fair Work Act could not apply, the Australian agency stated. It described payments offered to its workers as a small amount to enable them to perform their duties by covering the cost of travel, babysitters, food, and other expenses, not a reward for services rendered. However, the Ombudsman Office was not convinced and appealed to workers that if they consider that they are being subjected to intimidation or other illegal pressure to continue to provide their labor, they should contact police. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know the police will really help. In many instances, the witnesses provided considerable free labor to the Church of Scientology over a period of several years. The Ombudsman wrote in a statement where they either knew or ought to have known that they were unlikely to be paid for that work from an early stage. The Ombudsman also called the Scientology Church a bureaucratized organization, which appears to have imported practices and procedures into Australia with little thought to workplace relation laws. Yeah, they call any other law but their own the WOG law. I don't say that word. The Church of Scientology replied that if duly notes the Ombudsman's recommendations, according to ABC, at the same time, the Scientologists' legal counsel, Louise McBride, called the agency's statement misleading in the extreme. Oh, how creative. The central finding was positive for the church, she told ABC, that none of the complainants are employees and were in fact volunteers. You see, it's always a loophole with them. Australia's Fair Work Ombudsman is a governmental organization monitoring the job market for potential workers' rights violations. It opened its investigation into the church ways after claims made by ABC's show Four Corners Suggested on March 18, 2010. That major violation took place in the Scientology Church's workforce procedures. So I will leave the link of the article in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Have a good day or good night wherever you are. Peace.